guys, this is Legendarma TV. In today's video, we are going to talk about Mell Arena. It's been a whole week, and there's been a lot of battles, a lot of fighting, a lot of drama and toxicity around, but what do you expect from a brand new PvP mode, which is actually a lot of fun? So in today's video, we are going to talk about how do you play this thing, what are the rewards, what are the requirements, anything, and also I'm going to give you some tips on how to perform better in the Mell and make sure that you increase your win rate. Please enjoy. And before we get to the gameplay, let's talk about the schedule. Unfortunately, you cannot play Mell Arena 24/7. It only has a set time whenever it opens and closes. So if we would talk about North America times, and we will pick Eastern time there, Mell Arena opens every day from 1 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern time. Then after 2 a.m. it's closed. If you press matchmaking, it will say that, sorry dude, you can't participate, come back later. As for the Europe time, Mell opens at 7 p.m. up until 8 a.m. Central Europe time. So if you are unfortunate enough to log into the game and try the mode when it's closed, you'll have to wait for it. Now, we are done with the schedule. Let's get to the rewards. What does Mell Arena actually gives you? Participating in matches, you gain blue seals. You can earn up to 250 blue Mell seals per week. If you go to the seal shop, you can see the rewards, what you can purchase over here. All of these items are, they have a limited amount in stock, and they do replenish every month. So if you bought everything here, you will have to wait for the next month. I mean, it's not really a lot at first glance, right? There is only attack surplus shards for a weapon and armors, and some Damascus steel. However, as for the side mode, right, in a PvE game, this PvP mode actually provides you really good stuff. You can get 10 Damascus steel, which can be used for every items, every armor, any weapon, Militian, Regina, whatever. And level 100, everything that is not Militian, you can use that, but it costs less blue seals. ALR shards, as I said, and you can also purchase red Mell seals with the blue Mell seals. In the red tab, you can get yourself an emblem, and you can get yourself crystal decorations. Crystal decorations is just a cosmetic item that is going to hover around you, and it's going to interact whenever you're going to do some interactions, like dancing or whatever. It's going to give you this funny ray of whatever. It's really good, but it doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't give you any advantage, any stats, anything, just cosmetics, as I said. There is a blue version of it, and obviously the difference between the blue crystal, special blue crystal, and legendary blue crystal, and the red ones, is just the amount of effects that they have and the size of the thing itself. I can actually show you. I have one back from Onslaught days, which was discontinued. This mode is not available anymore. Over here, this is the decoration right there. It's gonna follow you everywhere, and it also decreases your FPS. It does create FPS spikes. So if you're if you're trying to conserve some of the FPS, don't use this thing. It does really spike your FPS down. Now that we're done with that, let's check the red Mell seals again. You can also get a quality booster coupon plus 1 star for 40 red seals. You can get an ancient title box that contains any titles that are like, I think there was like 100 of them total, maybe even more. So you might actually, if you missed some events, the titles that were linked to the events, you can actually get these. And a golden Ain Lacquer Destiny box, what does it do? So whenever you open that box, it will give you a large amount of tickets, and you can purchase the tickets, and they will instantly make your Ain Lacquer achievement in the battle that you chose gold medal. So if you are struggling with some of the battles and been struggling for years or whatever, you can actually purchase this thing and just boost yourself through Ain Lacquer really, really quickly. Now that we talked about the seal shop, what you can get, how do you actually acquire these seals? Well, first of all, whenever you go into the Mell, you have to pay 30 blue seals. If you complete a match, no matter what, loss or win, you get these 30 seals back. And if you're still not capped throughout the week, if you remember, you can earn 250 blue seals throughout the week. If you're not capped, you're going to receive 15 seals per win and 10 seals per loss. How do you farm the blue seals for it? There is such thing as achievements or rewards. And there is 43 pages of these over here, and there are different stuff that you can do here to be able to get these Mell seals. Get incapacitated 10 times, destroy your opponents 10 times. As you can see, I already died in Mell 1,000 times, and it's been really crazy. Conquering, which is defeating, slaying the champions, different champions, 15, 50, 100, 1,000 times. You get all these seals over here, you claim them, and they do stack. What happens if you run out of the seals? Somehow that might happen, and you can't enter the Mell because you need 30 seals to participate. You go to Ethnil. You can find Ethnil in the inn in Colhan, and she'd be like, yeah, you know, that's really bad. Just here, take that, and just make sure you don't lose them. She will give you 30 Mell seals. She will only give you the 30 seals if you are out of them completely, which is a super rare occasion. I don't think anyone ever met with that thing, experienced that thing, but it's there. So don't forget that you can actually, if you're suffering maybe like from DCs or anything, there are penalties. So if you DC during the match, you actually lose 15 of your ranking points, you lose some Mell seals, and you also, after consecutive violations, DCs, or whatever, you are gonna get banned from the mode for some time. So watch out, make sure that your connection is stable, and just pray to the RNG gods that the server itself ain't gonna crap itself and kick you out of it. Because that happened to me twice, and it was quite tilting, I know, but yeah. Mell also has such thing as seasons. PvP seasons. So we're currently at season 1, and there is a ranking system to it. Whenever you start at bronze rank, and whenever you score 1100, you go silver, and then gold, platinum, diamond, and once you get to 1300, which is not really too hard and doesn't really take a lot of time to get there, this is where all the fun begins. So up from diamond, which is master, legend, and challenger. Legend. Feels good, man. You should be in the top spots. So if you want to end up being a master, you need to be a rank top 100, which already have 1300 plus points. Top 50 for a legend rank, and challenger is going to be the highest achievement over there. You need to be top 10 on the scores. It's going to be really hard, especially when there are people who do play Mell every day, and all they do are playing Mell. So don't really get too discouraged about ranking. Don't really worry about ranking too much. I would say a really good spot would be Master and Legend, because they do give you a good amount of red seals at the end that you can purchase your crystal or whatever, so it's still pretty good. I would say Challenger rank is more for those tryhards like me who just wants to be like top ranks and stuff, you know, so it's not that big of a deal. the records tab, you can see what champions you played, what is your current rank, how many matches you played. Yes, I know, I'm a huge nerd. I love this mode, it's really good. 400 plus matches, and win rate is 53%, which is, for me, guy from EU playing on NA, is I feel like it's a huge success, to be honest. How does a rank work? So whenever you win a game, you gain 5 ranking points. Whenever you lose a game, you lose 1 ranking point. It doesn't matter who and what you get paired with and how much rating they have. It's always set. It's always stable. +5 for win, -1 for loss. And of course, you lose 15 ranking points if you DC'd throughout the match, or you AFK'd in it and it kicked you out. So watch out for it, and good luck grinding these ranks. And that's about it for the preparations, like stuff that is like around before you even press the matchmaking button. Let's get to the gameplay and see what is happening inside. So once you get procced into the match, you will end up on this screen. I'm sorry I didn't catch some of the a video or anything for the picking phase. I was too busy with the noting down the abilities and stuff. But this is what you're gonna see. There is a pool of champions, and they do rotate every game. Sometimes they can be different in different tiers. What do you need to do here? First of all, what do you need to keep in mind? You need to keep in mind that only one of the champions per tier can be chosen. So let's say I'm picking Crom Crook over here. He's tier 3 champion. Nobody else can pick tier 3, any other tier 3 champion. There should only be one per tier. If 2 people, or 3 or 4, are choosing the same tier of the champions, they're going to be assigned at the end a random tier and a random champion, so they might actually get something that they don't really want, or you might get something that you don't really want. So use chat to chat with your teammates, and let's say, sorry guys, I can't tier 4, can you just give me a tier 1 or whatever. That's how I usually do it, because I lag, so I try to play tier 1 and tier 2 champions. You choose, and then you wait until the timer is ready. Then you get loaded into the game, and the game begins. Also, when it comes to tiers, what's the difference? The higher the tier of the champion, the higher damage, stamina, and HP pool they have. So if tier 1 are just really, really easy to kill, and they don't deal a lot of damage, tier 4s are like brute strength. They're like real carries. So these are the strongest ones, and tier also represents how much points you are gonna lose if you die as that champion. So if you're playing a tier 1 champion, you lose 1 point, tier 2 2 points, 3 and 4 respectively for tier 3 and tier 4. So choose wisely who are you playing. If you're not familiar with the champion of tier 4, for example, which is a carry champions, try not to pick them, or at least tell your teammates that, guys, I'm going to try it out if you don't mind, and if you don't mind, it's going to be all right. So you just avoid some, confusion and some flaming and whatever, because it's a PvP mode. Toxicity happens. It happened the first day. It happening all the time. So good luck with that. So once you picked your team picked the champions and the enemy team picked the champions, obviously, they cannot have the same champions as your team does, so they're going to have a different pool of these. They do rotate. Sometimes you get really crappy rotations, and it might actually affect the match. So don't get discouraged. It happens. A lot of elements of RNG are happening in Mell, and just like everything in Vindictus, it's all about RNG. After all that, after the peaking phase, you go into the game and the gameplay begins. Alright, let's finally see the gameplay and talk about it. So, whenever you start the match, you start at the Sanctuary. You can either be on the left or on the right, it's absolutely random, but you always start on the bottom lane. There is a quick chat that, for those who don't like to chat, they are too focused, you can use the use these buttons from F1 to F4 to tell your teammates whatever you want to do, either strike as a team or retreat or help any lane right there. And the rules are simple. Get to 30 points as soon as possible. First team that gets to 30 points wins the match. You get points by slaying the enemy champions, and depending on how much points, what tier a champion you've slain, you're gonna get a certain amount of points. So if that was a tier 1 champion, you only get 1 point. If that was a hard carry tier 4 champion, you will get 4 points for that. You also gain points whenever you're contesting a lane. Right over here, after this little line over here, if you're standing there, or your team is standing there, and there are no enemies on that lane present, you start getting 1 point every 7 seconds or something like that. So yeah, you would want to either slay the champions or contest the lanes. Usually what people do, they just do the slaying, so the match just goes faster. You go in, and right off the bat, there is this lock, as you can see over here. You cannot go back once you enter the lane. You have to wait some time. You have to fight or survive, depending on what's going on. After a certain amount of time, I think it's like 10 seconds or something, the lock will go away and you will be able to escape to your sanctuary where you can heal. If you die in Mell Arena, you're going to respawn after 10 seconds and you'll be able to continue. I'm unfortunately, 15 seconds. Unfortunately, I died here and I'm playing tier 1 champion. There was a lot of dying here. We didn't win the first fight. So what happens here as well? What are the controls? And one of the most important things that I actually forgot to mention is the map itself. Whenever you press the tab button, you're gonna open up the map in real time, and you will see what's going on both lanes, so you can actually track where are the enemies, what are they doing, what skills they're using. And tab also allows you to read on what does your skill do. If you just hover the skills, they ain't gonna give you any description or anything, so you have to press tab if you're not familiar with your character, and you can actually read what does active skill 1 or active skill 2 do to make sure that you know how to use them and where to use them. So there are 3 different types of controls in Mell Arena: attacking, dodging, and using active skills. So in order to do the regular attacks, you just press left click, and then right click, so LLR. 2 normal attacks into a smash. Obviously, smash deals more damage, so you would want to score as many smashes as you can. And different champions have different patterns, so you will have to memorize what are they doing. Second of all, dodging. Whenever you press the space button and a directional key, you're going to dodge to that side. However, whenever you attack or using dodge, you're going to use your stamina. As you can see, I have a health bar, and I also have this yellow bar over underneath the HP bars. That's my stamina. Whenever I dodge or use my attacking smashes, I spend stamina. If you run out of stamina, you are going to be slowed and you won't be able to attack, you won't be able to use your skills, so it's going to be really hard and you're probably going to die. So try to watch out for your stamina bar. If you have some brief seconds, just stand still and it will regenerate quite fast, just like in regular Vindictus life. Stamina is an issue, and a lot of people actually get caught by that. And lastly, the active skills. So if you want to use an active skill, you have to be in the lane for a certain amount of time. Once you enter the lane, the cooldown on your skills is going to go down. Once it's ready, your skills are charged. You can either press 1 or 2. You have 2 active skills. They both share cooldowns, so you have to choose, depending on the situation, which active skill you would want to use, and it might determine the outcome of the match. Different champions have different active skills. So, for example, I'm playing Izet right now. She has a shockwave and an attack boost. So you would want to choose wisely which one you want to use. It really all depends on what's going on in the match. So yeah, you are just using your LLR combos, you're dodging, and you're using active skills. Whenever you die and whenever you're in the sanctuary, the cooldown on the active skill doesn't go down. So keep that in mind and use them. I said that many times already, but use them wisely. It's really important. You can also use that mirror in your sanctuary to teleport to the other lane. So if someone is contesting it or there is a fight going on, you can actually go to the other side and stand there, and or if there not anyone there and you're playing a tier 4 champion, for example, you can actually charge your active skills and just go and destroy your opponents. Switch between the lanes, don't forget about the lock. So if you enter, don't start just panicking, just try to survive, watch out for your stamina bar, and keep on fighting, keep on dealing damage. This is pretty much it for the gameplay, so it's pretty simple. There are no arts that you have to purchase there, unlike League of Legends or Dota, like items, right? All you have to do is use your combos, dodge, and use your active skills wisely. Man, I should take a shot every time I say wisely. And I keep on dying here. It doesn't really matter because I'm playing tier 1, as I said. They're cheap, so you don't really need to worry about it much. Just make sure you're contributing to the fight. So you're poking, peeling some HPs of their carries or their important characters. And just try to score 30 points first and win the game. That's all about it. It's really not too hard at first glance, but there are a lot of minor details that some people actually don't even know yet, and we're going to talk about it in the next tab right after I win this game. Oh, this is going to be so good. Woo! And finally, for some tips. There is going to be quite a lot of them, so bear with me, but they're really important, and as I said before, not a lot of people actually do know that. If you're performing a LLR combo, you can actually get staggered out of it. Whenever you get hit by left clicks or right clicks, your character does stagger a little bit. So the more champions that are attacking you at the same time, that means more stagger. So if you're just cornered by 2 or 3 or 4, you actually can't do anything. Try to dodge, try to bait them into the attacks, and just fit in your attacks in between. It's really hard, and a lot of people don't know that, but you can interrupt a smash attack with a normal attack. So once you're familiar with all the patterns of all the champions, you can actually see whenever they're going for that smash attack, the right click at the end of the combo, you can actually fit in a left click into them and stagger them out of it. So they have to start the combo all over. That's the first one. Second of all, and it's really obvious, right? And there's nothing you can do about it. It happens, but don't get tilted. Whenever you get tilted, you start playing worse. Also, you are decreasing your reputation in the community. So be nice and treat every game as an experience, and try to help people out. Point out their mistakes, but in a really, in a really soft manner. I know it sucks to lose, and it sucks to have a lose streak, and trust me, I had a lose streak, and I was quite salty about it, but don't attack others just because you lost. It's just unhealthy, and I know it's PvP, but just, treat the people the way you want them to treat you. Not a lot of people are going to agree with me on that. We're all different, we're all unique, but keeping that PvP mode a safe environment without toxicity is really, really important. You are here for fun and rewards firsthand. Everything else is just, self-achievements, and these self-achievements don't really, create a legend out of you or anything. Just be like me. Be a legend. Just because I am. Tip number 3, don't panic. Whenever you go into the lane, and a lot of people don't use the map, which is super important, to be able to see where are the enemies on what lane and what are they doing. A lot of people do go into the lane and they enter it and there is a lock, right? And you can go back to your sanctuary and they get ambushed by the enemy team. Don't just start panic dodging into the lock, because you ain't gonna escape, right? You have to fight or you have to survive. Try to strafe around the arena, dodging and managing your stamina wisely to be able to prevent yourself of being killed. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but it greatly increases your chances of survival, because the enemies won't be able to know where are you going to dodge, when are you going to stop, or what are you going to do next. Count some seconds and then go in and the luck is going to lift and you will escape to your sanctuary. Tip number 4. Whenever you go to your sanctuary to heal, make sure that you are using the map again to see what the enemies are doing. Some of the active skills, and there is a lot of shockwaves that do actually cover the whole arena, they can actually kill you in Sanctuary. Sanctuary doesn't provide you with invincibility, so you are still vulnerable to some of the active skills. So make sure that you pay attention to it, what's going on the lane, and if you need to, just switch lanes by using the mirror. A lot of people been killed, and I've sniped myself. I sniped a lot of people that are just casually staying there thinking that they're invincible, regenerating HPs. And yeah, you die, you lose points, right? Tip number 5, whenever you use the mirror, you're actually gonna lose the Sanctuary HP regeneration. So whenever you go to the Sanctuary, whenever you use the mirror, make sure that you go down these stairs right here, just stand over here or somewhere, and then go back in. And you're gonna receive this buff that restores your HPs at the Sanctuary. A lot of people, whenever they use the mirror, they keep on standing there and they don't regenerate HPs. So you're wasting time instead of fighting, and you're not just regenerating any HP, so you're going to be an easier target to be killed. Tip number 6. Try to memorize the patterns of all the champions, and obviously not all the champions are great. Some of them are really OP, but you can dodge pretty much everything in this game. So whenever there is an active skill going on or just a regular combo, you can always dodge it out. It's sometimes it gets scuffed because the mode is peer-to-peer connection, so it chooses one player as a host, which makes the huge disbalance in Mell, but what can you do? You know, one match you can be the host and just annihilate everyone, and everyone else is just rubber banding. Or the other one, you can actually have a host from, you know, across the seas, and you're just getting hit. You get hit like 4 times in a row with one attack, and you die. It happens. So try to memorize the patterns of all the champions. There is a total of 36 champions in the game. I know it's kind of hard to keep track on all of them, but we're gonna break down some of them, some of the skills, and we'll have a tier list in a separate video after that. And finally, use your skills wisely. If you're sometimes it's not necessary to deal some damage, but actually buffing. There are champions that increase attack for yourself and for your team, and there are champions who increase defense, and some of them actually also increase action speed. By stacking these buffs, you can actually outplay the enemy team, but just having these buffs, so you're receiving less damage, you're dealing more damage, and you're faster. So you don't actually even need some of the active skills to beat the enemy team. And that's it for today, covering Mell Battle Arena, or just MMA. Just don't confuse it with mixed martial arts, okay? This was Legendarma TV, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to YouTube channel, join my Discord, stop by Twitch as always. I'm gonna be streaming next time on Thursday, and we definitely gonna do more Mell. This mode is really fun, and remember 2 things. Fight like a lion, give your best, and do your best. And don't get tilted, don't get discouraged after a first fight. You know, it happens to all of us. We'll have losses, we'll have lose streaks, it happens, but it doesn't make you it doesn't mean that you have to, you know, become like super toxic or salty. Just if you keep on losing and you feel like you're super salty, just take a little break, do some raids. Fortunately for us, this is a new content, so we can either do some PvE stuff, just take the frustrations of the bosses, or whenever we're fresh and good, we can just enjoy these fun PvP mode. Thanks again for watching. I love you all 3000. Please be safe, guys. I love you all, and I see you very, very soon. See ya. Shit, this is gonna be rough.